Over at DC Comics, the publisher has a lot of interesting ideas just on the horizon, and DC Comics just released their solicitations cataloging their full slate of comic book releases for the month of May. The dawn of DC publishing line is in full swing with titles like Shazam and Green Lantern establishing a new kind of set of normal for the DC universe. Plus, we're going to go ahead and take a look at DC Comics' We Are Legends initiative to see how that series is really spinning off from Lazarus Planet into some really intriguing new series. My name is Arico Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and dive into my 5 anticipated titles from DC. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button if you enjoy our content. And I want to kick things off today by introducing our first title. This is actually going to be a very important series over for DC because the publisher is looking to sort of sunset the Justice League as DC's premier team, even though the Justice League is set to come back. But DC is really looking to bolster the Titans team into the forefront of their comic book line, and we've got to look at the very first issue of the new series, Titans #1. This one is written by Tom Taylor. We have art and cover from Nicola Scott, and I want to go ahead and read off DC Comics solicitation text describing the issue. The Dark Crisis is over, and the Justice League is no more. Now, a new team must rise and protect the Earth. Titans go. The Titans are ready to grow up. Each member joined as a much younger hero, certain that one day they'd be invited to join the Justice League. But the time has come for them not to join the League, but to replace it. Are the no longer teen heroes ready for the big leagues? Danger looks around every corner as heroes and villains alike challenge the new team before they've even begun. Will the DCU ever be the same? Find out in this landmark first issue brought to you by the creative team of Tom Taylor and Nicola Scott. Nicola Scott has done so much fantastic work across DC Comics. And plus, Tom Taylor has really been doing an excellent job kind of over on the main Nightwing series. With Dark Crisis, I really like DC's approach to sort of really kind of fostering the next generation of heroes. And I really enjoy that in the kind of post-Dark Crisis world over at DC, that they're still kind of putting this Titans team to the forefront instead of going back to the Justice League. Frankly, I hope that DC really sticks to this status quo and we keep seeing new boundary-breaking ideas over from DC Comics. Next up, let's take a look at a title that maybe won't break boundaries, but will definitely make some established fans of DC happy. Let's take a look at Shazam #1. This one is written by Mark Waid and it features art and cover over from Dan Mora. The world's finest creators present the world's mightiest mortal in a dazzling solo series. Dinosaurs from space, the clubhouse of eternity, homicidal worms and talking tigers, atomic robots, alien worlds, mad scientists, sinister curses, and villains from throughout the DC universe. Welcome to the wild adventures of Billy Batson, whose big red alter ego defends the Earth from its weirdest and wildest threats. Want to stop Lex Luthor and the Joker? Call Superman and Batman, International Crises, page Wonder Woman. But when Gargwax, Emperor of the Moon, sets his sights on Gorilla City, that's when you shout, Shazam! The fan-favorite team of Mark Waid and Dan Mora brings the magic. So we've already seen Mark Waid and Dan Mora collaborate over in the pages of Batman, Superman, World's Finest, and that sort of same creative team is returning over to Shazam. I really enjoyed kind of the tone of that series, and I really hope that lighter tone, kind of ventures into the Shazam property. And I know that a lot of people are really excited about this creative team because Mark Waid has written kind of so many excellent comics across so many DC characters, and I really think that kind of lining up the Shazam property with Waid is going to lead to some excellent stories. Plus, the artwork from Dan Mora has really kind of been elevated by DC in recent years. And I love how much DC is really kind of pushing Mora's art to the forefront. He's an incredible artist over at DC Comics and really seems to have a great grasp no matter which hero he's interpreting over on the page. I am so excited for this series, and I'm really happy that DC is finally really kind of bolstering and taking more care of the Shazam property than they have had over in recent years. And we have another title that I'm really excited about, Green Lantern #1. This one is written by author Jeremy Adams and features art and cover over from Xermanico. Plus, we also have a John Stewart backup from Phillip Kennedy Johnson featuring art by Montos. Spinning out of the events of Dark Crisis, the Guardians of Oa at the heart of the Green Lantern Corps have quarantined Sector 2814, home of the planet Earth, and its champions along with it. A heartbreaking defeat has sent Hal reeling, returning home to rediscover his roots and find the man responsible for ruining his life, Sinestro. From the visionary team of Jeremy Adams and Xermanico, who brought you the epic Flashpoint Beyond, comes a tale of redemption, loss, and finding out that maybe, just maybe, you can go home again. At least if you're willing to hotwire a powering to it. Also featuring part 1 of John Stewart War Journal from writer Phillip Kennedy Johnson and artist Montos. So, I think there's plenty of reason to be really excited about this new Green Lantern run, especially because author Jeremy Adams has done such an excellent job over on the Flash title. I love how the Flash title has such a sort of kind of light tone to it, but still takes on, really heady, Flash-centric, science fiction-esque concepts. I'm really curious to see if some of the darker elements of Green Lantern that I think Jeff Johns brought out in the franchise are going to be utilized, or if this is going to be a more kind of back to basics approach with the character. I feel like there's so many different sort of ways you can interpret Green Lantern as a franchise. And, due to the fact that we've seen such great work from Jeremy Adams, I think we should be, cautiously optimistic about this one. And also, I really enjoy Xermanico and some of the work that Xermanico has contributed to, Flashpoint Beyond in the past. I think Xermanico is such a talented artist, and giving Xermanico a title as prominent as the kind of core Green Lantern title has me really excited about kind of the future of DC and this really great artist who I really enjoy. Also, the backup from Phillip Kennedy Johnson and Montos should be really exciting. We've seen Phillip Kennedy Johnson tackle the John Stewart character before, and it should lead to some great results, but I think we'll just have to go ahead and wait and see. And next up, we're going to go ahead and switch gears. I actually want to go ahead and show off a tweet from DC editor Jess Chen to introduce the We Are Legends publishing initiative over at DC Comics, because it's actually where we're going to be spending the rest of this video. I am so excited to see all these different characters spin off into their own series. They were previously introduced in the Lazarus Planet as well as some other comic books. And let's go ahead and start things off with a look at Spiritworld #1. This one is written by Alyssa Wong and features art and cover over from Haining. This is a 6-issue miniseries. From the pages of Lazarus Planet Dark Fate, a new Chinese hero emerges who's able to travel to and from the spirit world, the realm of the dead and that of the living. Their name is Xanthi, and their superpower is being able to burn items folded from joss paper and immediately turn them into real objects based on East Asian practice of burning joss paper at graveyards in order to send resources to ancestors in the spirit world. Except Xanthi can retrieve those items in the world of the living. Their weapon of choice is a large broadsword, because who doesn't love a big sword when you can choose to use a big sword? Xanthi is a master of the dark arts who's here to give Constantine a run for his money. Literally. When Constantine shows up saying Xanthi scammed him into buying something, he finds them and Batgirl Cass Kane fighting an abnormal influx of Jiangshi, Chinese hopping vampires, and joins in to help. But when a portal opens up that drags Batgirl into the spirit world, it's up for Xanthi and Constantine to unravel the land of the spirits to rescue her. Who knows what other spirits we'll find in the spirit world, like that skateboarding boy wearing hanfu with some headphones and a gaping hole in his chest. I think there's so many things to be excited about with DC's upcoming Spirit World comic book. So one of the things that I really enjoy about this series is how I've kind of heard some of the creative team talk about how they're looking to flesh out the dark magic side of the DC universe, and plus kind of feature a prominent series fleshing out Cassandra Cain's character as a Batgirl. This new character, Xanthi, had a really intriguing, debut over in Lazarus Planet Dark Fate, and I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of where this character goes next, how they interact with, Constantine, and also, what it's going to look like over in the spirit world. I really hope that DC kind of commits to this premise and there's going to be a long-running title for both of these books. Would love to see the series extend beyond a 6-issue miniseries. And we're going to go ahead and stay over in the We Are Legends line of titles by taking a look at the second one. This one is called The Vigil #1. It's written by Ram V with art by Lalit Kumar Sharma and a cover by Sumit Kumar. I am extremely excited to go ahead and check out kind of what the deal is with some of these Vigil characters. Last time we saw them, they were over in Lazarus Planet, and I just can't wait to kind of learn more about these individuals. Who are the Vigil? The shipping vessel Eastwind was taken captive by the pirates off the coast of Thailand. 24 hours after the crew had been taken hostage, before communications had been established or any demands made, the crew reported an intervention by a group of unknown individuals. Amid other bizarre claims by the crew are reports of an individual who changed his appearance at will and a woman who seemingly dodged bullets. Once the pirates were taken out, no attempts were made at rescuing the crew. There have long been rumors metahumans targeting weaponized illegal technology, with some hinting that they call themselves the Vigil. What were they after? Why did they intervene? Are there metas among us? Stay tuned for more. You are being watched. So again, with this kind of Vigil property, I'm really curious to see where this goes. Over in the pages of Lazarus Planet, we got a bit of a preview for this series, and I did really enjoy the artwork in that from Lalit Kumar Sharma. I liked kind of the scenario that Ramvi also wrote in that story. But I think before we can make a good kind of verdict on this, we need to go ahead and take a look at this series. But just judging from the sort of covers alone and some of the writing we got in Lazarus Planet, I feel like I can tell that DC may be onto something here. So this is another book that I'm very sort of optimistic about. And the last title is Cityboy #1. I always like to cheat in these videos and wanted to include a bonus 6th comic to go ahead and talk a little bit about Cityboy. So this issue is written by Greg Pak, featuring artwork from Minkyu Jung, and we have a cover from Minkyu Jung with Sunny Go. First seen in Wildstorm 30th Anniversary Special in Lazarus Planet Legends Reborn, there's a new Korean hero named Cityboy. Or at least that's the best translation of what the cities call him. Cityboy, aka Cameron Kim, is just trying to make a living by using his powers of being able to speak to cities and find lost and hidden goods to pawn. And it's only just enough to get by. And those abilities, he hears everything, everywhere, all the time, including each city's histories and the truths behind him. As his powers get stronger, the cities start forming animal avatars from scraps in order to physically travel alongside him on his adventures. Of course, Gotham is a rat avatar made of city scraps, but what about Metropolis, Bloodhaven, Amnesty Bay, or even Themyscira? And not all cities are so kind. So I am really curious to see where this kind of City Boy concept goes. I really enjoyed the kind of teases we got for this character in the Wildstorm 30th Anniversary Special and Lazarus Planet Legends Reborn. He already has a sort of established relationship over with the Nightwing character, and I like the fact that his kind of personality isn't infallible. He's already shown a little bit of sort of like kind of, spunk in the previous issues of Lazarus Planet. So it'll be interesting to see how his story develops and if he sort of adopts more of kind of Nightwing's philosophies as kind of the series goes. So we have a ton of exciting titles over from DC in May. I think kind of the biggest takeaway over from looking at some of these books is I'm so happy that DC is trying kind of some different concepts over with the We Are Legends publishing line. I think there was so much magic in the Lazarus Planet series for so many of the different DC characters, and this line of titles has all the potential in the world to really follow up with some good stories. Plus, I love that DC is at least somewhat trying to kind of push their characters forward by maybe phasing out the Justice League a little bit and putting the Titans to the forefront of the DC universe. I want to know from you, which of these titles are you looking forward to the most? Which did I leave out? And what do you want to go ahead and see me cover next? Well, thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and we'll be back really soon for more excellent comic book content. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.